gonna hurt myself. I can't do that. Okay. Hello, my sweeties, and welcome back to my channel. If you don't already know me, my name is Celise, and thank you for joining my spooky little family. In today's video, we are going to be talking about the best and worst horror films of 2020. Let's get into it. So, before we get into this video, I just want to say, you guys, my boyfriend, he really did that this Christmas. He made me this sweatshirt, and it's really cute. And I'm like low-key thinking if I should make this my new logo. It's perfect. It's the sweet and low little thing, you know, I love my coffee. So first we are gonna start off the list with the best horror movies of 2020. And that brings me to number 1, and that is Swallow. This film and a couple of others say that they have premiered at festivals in 2019, but their US release date was in 2020, so that's why they count, and that's why they're here. So nobody come for me like,
actually,
I know, I did my research. Thanks, boo. Swallow follows Hunter, a newly pregnant housewife who finds herself increasingly compelled to consume dangerous objects, and as her husband and his family tighten their control over her life, she must confront the dark secret behind her new obsession. This film was so beautiful, and it made me cry. A full-on cry in the theater, trying to hide that I was sobbing.
Look at his baby ass.
This is definitely along the lines of body horror, but it is a very compelling and depressing story, but it kind of ends in a very hopeful way, which I can appreciate. Speaking of beautiful, compelling films, this leads me to number 2, and that is The Invisible Man. This one stars Elizabeth Moss and Oliver Jackson Cohen. This one follows Cecilia as her abusive ex takes his own life and leaves her his fortune. She begins to expect that his death was a hoax, and then a bunch of bizarre things start happening to her, and she's basically doing anything in her power to prove to people that she is being hunted by somebody who isn't there. This film is yet again beautiful and compelling, and it is also really sad, but the ending is so... The ending is such a moment. If you haven't seen The Invisible Man yet, you definitely should. Trigger warnings for narcissistic manipulative abuse, so just keep that in mind before going into it. On a lighter note, we are at number 3, and that is Freaky. Freaky was so fun. Like I said in my review for this film, Christopher Landon does it again. A mystical ancient dagger causes a notorious serial killer to magically switch bodies with a 17-year-old girl. It is your typical Christopher Landon horror comedy. I'm here for it. I think it was just such a good time. This is a movie I will definitely be revisiting later on. And at number 4, we have Spree. This film stars Joe Keery. This one follows Kurt Kunkel, a rideshare driver who is very, very thirsty for followers and will do absolutely anything in his power to go viral. Y'all know I love Spree. This one was so much fun. This is like the perfect summer horror film. I had such an adrenaline rush watching this film. It is so chaotic. There's just so much crazy energy. Oh my god, I love it. It's cringy, it's funny, it's terrifying. Also, they just recently added Spree to Hulu, so if you have Hulu, please go and while you can. It is definitely really smart and really creative. Now at number 5, we have another favorite of mine, and that is 12-Hour Shift. This one, like I always say, Queen Angela Bettis was here to save our 2020, and we love to see it. Basically, over the course of a 12-hour shift, a junkie nurse and her batshit crazy cousin and a group of black market organ trading criminals start a heist. This one is really chaotic. It holds your interest through and through, and our lead actresses are amazing. For some reason also, like I've said before, David Arquette is in this, and I'm not sure why, but I like it. So this brings me on to one that might be controversial. And I'm sorry, but I'm also not.
We got a problem.
We have a host. Yes, you heard that correct. Host. This one is about 6 friends who hire a medium to hold a seance via Zoom during lockdown, but they get way more than they bargained for when things go very, very wrong very quickly. I didn't think that I would like Host as much as I did, and I think the reason I liked Host is because while watching it, I kind of felt like I was with the girls. Like, I felt like I was with them. Like, I just felt like I was zooming there with them, and I was scared with them, and shit was gonna happen to me. I think it was a smart film. It was relatable, even though not necessarily very scary, and of course not entirely original. I still think that this film was fun. I, of course, am a sucker for, like, these internet horror supernatural movies. I'm a big fan of Unfriended. But yeah, I really enjoyed Host, and I think it's definitely worth a go. And at number 7, we have one of my favorites, and that is The Beach House. This is a film that was also a Shudder original. It is currently on Shudder, so you can watch it now on there. The Beach House follows 2 college sweethearts who go on a romantic getaway, hoping to have some alone time and, like, rekindle everything. But their getaway becomes a struggle for survival when unexpected guests and the surrounding area begin to show signs of a very mysterious infection. This one I didn't think I would like, but I actually really ended up liking it. I really like that it's very Lovecraftian. I also will always say this: the ending of this movie was so beautiful, yet so depressing. I love me some endings that are depressing but beautiful at the same time. All right, you guys, let's go on to the worst films of 2020. And you guys, you don't even know. When I tell you that I just feel like 2020 gave me a whole lot of nothing, it really gave me a whole lot of nothing. No effort. There were just so many bad ones. I actually had to refrain from adding too many bad ones because I wanted to have 7 of each. So let's get right into it. At the number 1 spot of being the worst is definitely The Turning. Do you guys even remember this film? Not you! And I'm gonna let you know why. This movie was trash. So on to number 2. This is a whole other hot mess, and that is, I'm sorry you guys, that is The Babysitter Killer Queen. The Babysitter follows our main guy, Cole, 2 years later after he defeated the satanic cult led by his babysitter. Or so he thought, because all of a sudden these fools are back to make a film that isn't necessary, nor was it even funny, and nobody asked for it. So yeah, and Samara Weaving, she deserves better. This film just tried too hard to outdo the last film, which I enjoyed the first film. Do I think it was that great of a horror comedy and was super hilarious? Absolutely not. And after rewatching the first Babysitter, I realized that both of these movies are really not that great. The only thing I really like about the movie is Samara Weaving. Let's get on to number 3, and that is The Hunt. Oh my God, The Hunt. Lord have mercy. The Hunt follows 12 strangers who all wake up. They don't know where they are, how they got there. And in the shadow of a very dark internet conspiracy theory, these ruthless elitists gather at this remote location to hunt humans for sport. This film, to me, was one of the biggest messes I have ever seen. I know it's supposed to be a satire, but just mess. And also, I just think that the writing was way too on the nose. I totally understand the social commentary that's going on in this film, but if the writing wasn't so, like, in our face and really trying to get us to realize what it's about, then maybe I would have liked it. And also, like, no tea, no shade, but y'all really brought Emma Roberts and Justin Hartley here so you could kill them in, like, the first 5 minutes of the film. So now we are at number 4, and that is You Should Have Left. In an effort to repair their relationship, a couple books a vacation in the countryside for themselves and their daughter. It starts as a perfect retreat, but begins to fall apart as one of them loses their grip on reality and a sinister force tries to tear them apart. Let me just tell you right now, you should have left this script in the writer's room and just leave Kevin Bacon at home. No, this was boring. It was super lackluster. I can't believe this was even made in 2020. Watching this film, I felt like I was watching a film from like 2010. One of the biggest hot messes of 2020. Oh my gosh, these movies. All right, now at number 5, I know this is gonna be another controversial one. I'm thinking of ending things. Basically, nothing is as it seems when a woman experiencing misgivings about her new boyfriend joins him on a road trip to meet his parents at their remote farm. Now, no me digan nada. I think this is just not for me or something. I will not watch this film again. Not only did I watch it once and had to suffer for so long, because this movie is so long, for like absolutely no reason. There's no reason for it to be that long. I tried to actually rewatch it again to see, maybe I just like was too tired. Maybe I should give it a go. Absolutely not. I gave it a go. I was bored the whole time. Too long. It was super draggy. Just like, these people don't even talk like real people is another issue for me. I don't really care. Number 6, and that is Run. This film was supposed to come out in theaters, I believe for Mother's Day, but due to everything, it actually got released on Hulu. So even though I am going to be talking a lot of shit about it, if you do want to check it out, it is on Hulu. This one, ay Dios mío, I don't even know where to begin. Like, I wanted to like this movie because I really, really like Sarah Paulson. I adore Sarah Paulson. She's amazing. I mean, she's Sarah Paulson. This film, it was just like, it wasn't necessary, and I don't know really what they were going for, because it kind of just seemed like they were completely ripping off The Act, which is actually a Hulu series starring Joey King and Patricia Arquette, which is about the Gypsy and Dee Dee Blanchard story. You should definitely watch The Act instead of this hot mess. Basically, this film follows a mother who definitely has Munchausen by proxy. She has been lying to her daughter and telling her daughter that she has all these crazy illnesses, and she makes her take all these medications for things she does not have, and the daughter ends up finding out. And, even though it wasn't the worst thing I've seen, it's just kind of disappointing that they're doing this movie. Basically, I think that you should skip Run and you should watch The Act, because The Act is 10 times better. The acting is 10 times better. The writing 10 times better. It is filmed beautifully, and it is just a great and very informative show. So don't watch Run and go watch The Act instead. All right, you guys, so now we are at number 7. We are at the end of the road here. I don't think you guys are going to be surprised by this, but number 7 for me is The Rental. Now, this is the directorial debut from Dave Franco. I really wanted to like this because I love Dave Franco. I think he's very talented. Dave Franco just needs more friends, or he needs to just like watch more movies, or like read some plays, maybe like take a writing class or something, because yikes. This one is about 2 couples on an oceanside getaway that begin to suspect that the man who rented the house out to them is spying on them. This movie is boring. We have seen it before. Yet again, another film about people I do not care about, and about people that you're not going to care about. A very obvious plot. The characters have no redeemable qualities. None of them are likable. And listen to me right now, even though Jeremy Allen White is a fine man, it isn't enough. They tried to keep building and building and building, and they were doing all this suspense and all this music, and you're like, ooh, what's gonna happen? Ooh, and absolutely nothing. Thank you, Dave Franco. All right, you guys, that is it for my best and worst of 2020. Let me know in the comments down below, what were some of your favorite films of 2020? Which ones did you hate? Which ones did you kind of like not really know how to feel about? I figured this would be a perfect way to end 2020 as New Year's is coming up. I do just want to say that there will be no new video on Thursday as it is a holiday and I will be spending it with family. But more importantly, I just want to say thank you so much for being so incredibly welcoming and warm and sweet to me and always coming back to watch my video, comment, just talk to me through Instagram. Thank you so much for all the love that you have given me in the 4 months that I've had my channel. I really appreciate it and I cannot wait to make more videos for you guys in 2021. I am very grateful and I can't wait to make more content for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit the little notification bell to make sure you stay up to date every time I upload, and I'll see you guys next Monday. Bye.